Hello, my name is Maria. I'm currently completing my student placement at For a Safer Space organization. I am a fourth year university student completing my Bachelor of Social Work at Ryerson University. Before beginning my book presentation, I would like to acknowledge that For a Safer Space is located on the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, and Mississaugas of the New Credit First Nation. We acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13th with the Mississaugas of the Credit and that we are all treaty people. We are grateful to be working and living on this land. For my presentation, I would like to introduce a book called We Have Always Been Here by the author Sandra Habib. Let's talk about the author. Habib is a Toronto writer, activist, and self-taught photographer. She was born in Pakistan. Her family was part of a minority religious group called Ahmadi. This group was treated terribly by Muslim extremists, so they moved to Canada as refugees in 1991 to escape religious persecution. She grew up primarily in Toronto and was forced into an arranged marriage as a teenager before coming out as queer. Habib is the founder, editor, and photographer of Just Me and Allah, which is a queer Muslim photo project that she launched in 2014 to document the lives of LGBTQ Muslims and share their stories of resilience and beauty. We Have Always Been Here is a memoir of her experience as a queer identified Muslim woman published in 2019 in Canada. This memoir became a national bestseller, won a Lambda Literary Award, and became the winner of Canada Reads. This memoir is about the transformative experiences that shaped Habib as a queer Muslim. I found this book very accessible because it is written in plain language. In the book, there are themes related to LGBTQ community, social justice, safety, trauma, healing, family values, refugee, immigration, settlement, mental health, violence, punishment, and guilty feelings. This book is about finding her place in the world while feeling like an outsider her entire life. It is about forgiveness to others and to herself. It is about trauma suffered as a result of being a refugee. And it is about healing, being gentle with oneself, courage, validation, and self acceptance. Let me introduce you to the first chapter. Habib talks about her childhood in Pakistan. She introduces her family, her father, mother, and two sisters. They all live in a modest apartment and working class neighborhood in Lahore. Habib gives us also an introduction to her culture. She provides many examples that clearly demonstrate how Muslim women struggle against inequality and restrictive practices in education, workforce participation, and family roles. Many of these oppressive practices may come not only from Islam itself, but also from local cultural traditions. She provides many descriptive examples about it. Women don't socialize or drive vehicles without their husbands. She talks about how their identities are disposable. As an example, she mentioned that without any consultation, her father decided to change the name of his wife just because the name he chose was more elegant and suitable for her. She also mentioned the lack of respect women encountered by men. The role of a woman back in Pakistan was be a religious wife and a good, responsible mother. The only currencies that women could exchange for a better life were fertility, purity, and beauty. The father was a strict ruler of the family, so they couldn't laugh or dance in his presence. When he was leaving the house, it was the only time when they could be really themselves and feel free to express themselves. When her mother gave birth to Habib's two sisters, the community were in mourning. The community was expressing the condolences to her parents for having another girl. At the age of 4, Habib was sexually molested by a friend of her father. When she disclosed this distress to her mom was too mortified to mention it to friends, relatives, or even take Habib to the doctor for fear of people speculating whether she was still a virgin. The child, hoping to please her mother, she pretended that the trauma did not affect her and cover and suppress her truly feelings. Habib was supposed to fit the expectations of her mother, and it was not okay to disappoint her. So, at a very early age, she learned how to look indestructible and pretend that the trauma she encountered never affected her. With this, I'm concluding my presentation for chapter 1. I hope to share soon with you the next chapter, and thank you so much for listening.